Jon Mozes is on the line with us. The Altoona Curve in Harrisburg taking on the Senators again tonight. John, we've got a couple of new names to get used to with the Altoona Curve, and one of them is swinging a really hot bat. How about this guy, huh?
Yeah, good to see Mike Jarvis get it going. I mean, he's got 8 hits already in 3 games this week, and Jackson Glenn, a big 3-run home run yesterday, helped Altoona take the lead late in that game, and got another fine starting pitching performance from Anthony Solometo. So, this second half team, the opportunity is there for them to potentially still make the playoffs. You have to go to we're kind of rooting for Erie to win the second half title because then it defaults to the next best overall record, which could be Altoona. They're not that far away of potentially from getting a playoff opportunity still.
Our conversation with John brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. So what do you hear about Mike Jarvis? Because he has come up and he's opened more than a few eyes.
Well, I mean, his ability to catch the ball is something that our coaching staff was very excited about. Between he and Jackson Glenn and Sung Chae Chang, they all have the ability to play multiple spots. Jarvis will play some second base, he'll play some third base. He's played in the outfield a couple times for Altoona. And then, Jackson Glenn's going to bounce back and forth between second base and third, and Sung Chae will play short and second base. So, it's great to have some of this versatility along the roster with these new guys who have come up from High A.
Yeah, well, the Pirates have put an emphasis on that too, though. Their guys play a lot of different positions, and we're seeing with Andy and Henry up in Pittsburgh right now that really pays off because both of those guys can be out on the field at the same time.
Absolutely. I think you make a great point that we're finally really seeing the benefit of it. Henry Davis getting a few reps in right field when he was in Altoona, and, the bat sort of forced his way to the big leagues now. So, those two guys, that's the ideal scenario that they're both in the lineup because they're both going to hit. And they both can't catch every day. So, you want to get both those guys in there, and, this is exactly the benefit.
Yeah. All right. So with the Pirates catching situation and guys moving up and guys moving down, there is, of course, an opportunity at catcher now for Altoona. And the position seems to have been handled pretty well since the recent promotions, too.
That's right. Abraham Gutierrez is somebody that the organization is excited about. He's not a guy that has the kind of accolades that Henry Davis accumulated in college or the prospects profile that Endy Rodriguez accumulated when he came over in the Musgrove trade. He's got it's a little bit underappreciated, but he can really swing the bat. It's a really nice inside-out swing. If you can sort of imagine what Giancarlo Stanton swings the bat like, obviously he's one of the strongest human beings playing baseball, but, the swing is similar. And Abraham, has gone through a couple of improvements in how he throws the ball, which should make him a little bit better defensively because he can really catch the ball. Receiving-wise and calling games, it was clear pretty quickly that a lot of the pitchers in Altoona grew to trust Abraham Gutierrez behind the plate for his ability to call the game. So, he figures out the throwing a little bit, and he's going to hit. That's another nice catching prospect that Altoona has, and he's been fun to watch. He's a super nice guy, and just 23 years of old, he's already a young father, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, my goodness gracious, these young guys, they grow up so fast. Hey, we've talked about a few of these fellas before, but I want to revisit a couple of them as well. And Jackson Glenn is one we've talked about recently, but he continues to play well. He fits in at the AA level, doesn't he?
Yeah, both Glenn and Mike Jarvis, are sort of similar in that, they're not big power hitters. They're guys that are, certainly going to hit for average a little bit more and play speed and be more willing to play small ball because, they're not guys that are going to hit the ball over the outfielders' heads on a regular basis. And you need guys like that in your lineup to sort of balance out your team. The Curve have a couple of power guys like Mason Martin and Abraham Gutierrez in the middle of the order. You sort of lose one of those guys like Domingo Leyba, but you still have guys on the roster that can put the ball in play regularly, and those are super valuable players to have in your team.
They really are. And Dylan Shockley is a guy that we don't really focus upon a lot, but the guy threw out 2 guys the other day.
I mean, he's caught 16 base runners this year, playing just about twice a week. It's pretty impressive. I was just looking this up this morning. In the Eastern League, there's 5 other guys that have caught more base runners than Dylan Shockley this year. The league leader is 22 caught stealing for the year. Dylan's got 16, and he's played something like 35 less games on average than the guys that are in front of him. So, he's just been terrific behind the plate. They love, pitchers love to throw to him. He's great blocking the ball. He's got a terrific arm. It's just, and he's been so productive and so good in such a lesser amount of time. It's really impressive. He's also one of the team's really good guys. He's been through a lot with injury in his career, but definitely one of the great people that Altoona has in their clubhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. What did Solometo show you yesterday?
Just an ability to come back after a tough first inning, a hit batsman, a couple of hits, 2 runs across against him in the first, and then it's 3 base runners the rest of the way. I think that was maybe one of the more impressive starts that Solometo had in his entire season because, he's facing the most talented hitters he's ever faced in his life in the first place. But he's also not letting a bad start, a bad first inning sort of push things off the rails. I think that sort of, mental strength, if you will, where he can just sort of put a bad inning behind him so quickly, I think that's really encouraging. I mean, he continues to show the good fastball velocity, low to mid-90s. He's going to spin the ball with the left hand, and he's got feel for the changeup, which he can land to both sides of the plate. I mean, such a huge ability for a guy at just 20 years of age. Anthony's got a really bright future. It's just about building up the innings count for him at this point. He's got such a young arm that, it's not that crazy that he'll be on the big league radar at the end of the year next season, assuming he stays healthy and pitching the way he is now.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Curve coming home next week and a lot on the schedule for you?
Boy, we are home for 2 weeks, and we are really packing it in. We've got post-game fireworks the first day we're back, Tuesday night. It's going to be 80s night at the ballpark where we'll have radical-themed outfits. That's Tuesday night, August the 1st. Former Penguin star Paul Coffey is coming for a VIP appearance on Thursday, August the 3rd. And if you call us ahead of time, you can book a VIP opportunity to meet him and get a signature and take a picture with him. We'll have a Joker bobblehead giveaway Friday, August the 4th. And, when Erie comes in town, August 8th to the 13th, we're going to be at the Altoona Pizzas. We're going to wear those specialty uniforms for every game. And, looking forward to that because we filmed a pretty interesting video of guys trying the Altoona pizza that should be rolling out on our social media the next couple days here.
Got pepperoni hats?
Not pepperoni hats. We have our own specialty character. We're calling him Pete Za. Some people have likened him to an Italian SpongeBob, but he's a very helpful and fun character.
All right. So all of those things will be happening next week. And then it's a 2-week homestand, isn't it?
That's right. 2-week homestand, August the 10th. During our pizza week is our pro wrestling night where Jake the Snake Roberts is coming to make a special appearance. Post-game fireworks mixed in Friday and Saturday, not next week, but the week after on the back half of the homestand. We'll have Faith Night to finish off the homestand on that Sunday night with a 6:00 start.
That's a lot of good stuff. Good baseball in Altoona coming up the next couple of weeks. A big weekend series happening tonight. You got Sullivan going tonight?
Should be Sullivan tonight. Yep. And look, you get 2 more wins this weekend. You win the series for the first time here in July. That'll be really key for Altoona, and get those good feelings when you come back home for 2 weeks. Beautiful,
beautiful. You've been swinging sticks at all this week?
I have shot 87 the other day. It was very fun.
Yeah, you shot an 87. Nice. All right,
Yeah,
get out there, swing them again. Jon, thanks for the visit.
Sounds great.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.